Good morning. How are you today? Good, good. Welcome to Introduction to Psychology. Today we are going to keep talking about Chapter 2, Brain and Our Behavior. And also we are going to do in-class assignment 1, which is, while you are driving, how does all the brain function will happen? Yeah. So do you still have that paper? Yeah? Have that paper? Yeah, good, good. So maybe be ready and try to write more information on this paper because those the assignment is you need to fill in all the information here and then backside today we are gonna create a story. Create a story with your friend who is next to you. Okay. Good morning. So here are the lobes. We have 4 different lobes. Yeah. So if you're kind of looking at here, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. Yeah. So you can kind of write down some information. And also, if you can kind of follow me and touching those, part of your brain, you can remember better. Yeah, so would you follow me? Yeah. So this time, occipital lobe is on your backside. Can you touch your backside of your head? Very good. It's relating with your vision. And this time, can you touch your temporal lobe near your ears? Yeah, ears. Those are temporal lobe. So thinking about that, you kind of touch the ears, right? Those are relating with your hearing. Yeah, hearing. And the third one is parietal lobe on the top of your head. Can you touch your top of your head? Yeah, those are perception and your other sensations, right? And frontal lobe, on your forehead right here. So frontal lobe is really important. It's relating with making a decision, organizing skills, and critical thinking skills too. So I will go one by one, starting from occipital lobe. So maybe you can write down information here, or you can kind of keep touching and try to remember. Okay? Do you? Oh. Anybody don't have that paper, you need one? Okay. So you can kind of pass too, yeah? Okay. So everybody got one, yeah? Okay, good. So occipital lobe, it's a lower back part of the brain involved in the vision. So we already know, yeah, the back side, those are relating with the vision. So here, temporal lobe, it's around your ear part. So hearing. Hearing is, major, function of those temporal lobe. And one thing is, there is a Wernicke area, so Wernicke aphasia. So aphasia means it doesn't function well. It's a broken part. So if you doesn't have a proper function of those Wernicke area, you cannot understand, like understanding language. So probably you may speak sound like da, ba, ba, boo, boo, but it doesn't make sense at all. So you cannot comprehend those language. So I will show those area. So here, do you still remember Paul Broca? French, like a doctor. Yeah, I kind of make an example like Danica Johnston. If she found for the first time, she may put the name as a Johnston right there, right? Yeah, but it's a Paul Broca's name, so those are Broca area. Broca area is a part of frontal lobe, not the temporal lobe. So I will teach about those frontal lobe later on. So here, those ear part, if you kind of touch the temporal lobe, Wernicke area is there. So if something wrong, maybe those you can comprehend all the language. Those are temporal lobe. But Paul Broca, those Broca area, those are relating with your language production. You cannot say at all. Yeah, if something wrong and broken those Broca area, you cannot produce, you cannot say any word. Yeah, so those are Broca area. Broca area is a part of your frontal lobe. Yeah, I will show again. And here, parietal lobe, can you touch on top of your head? Yeah, those are parietal lobe relating with your touch and sensation and perception. So thinking about that, this one looks really weird, really little weird, like orange part of all the cortex. Those are somatosensory cortex. We do have a somato means body, somatosensory, sensory cortex. Somato, body, sensory cortex, we do have it on the parietal lobe, So you can touch, you can kind of feel those touch and perception and sensation. Looking at this weird person, kind of divided by their lips and face and torso and finger and leg and hip. Imagine, like a little tiny fruit flies try to land on your lip. Ooh, right? You can maybe feel those touching, or maybe like try to kind of landing some object on your lip. Yeah, you can kind of catch it quickly. But imagine that little tiny fruit fly try to land on your hip. Can you sense the sensitivity of your sensation? So those are somatosensory cortex. If you're looking at here, your lips and face, nose, eyes, pretty much big portion, like a large area. It's relating with your sensation. If something wrong and broken on your brain, inside of your brain, probably doesn't function well. It's exactly kind of matching. Those person will be go here, like exactly that area. Yeah, if something wrong, maybe your face, maybe you cannot feel those touching and sensation, probably on your brain part will be right here. Those area doesn't function well. But you can kind of tell comparing those, face portion. If you're looking at the hip and leg, it's a tiny, the kind of amount of those space tiny. So thinking about those little flies, fruit flies, try to landing on your hip, on your leg. Maybe you do not feel much. Yeah. So those are sensation. We do have somatosensory cortex in your parietal lobe. So you can feel those sensations. Okay, so here, frontal lobe, underline, very important because frontal lobe makes us a human being, very unique creature because it's relating with thinking tasks, complex thinking tasks, planning ahead, and purposeful actions and organizing skills. So imagine maybe somebody doesn't have a good function of frontal lobe. Maybe that person is not organizing much and maybe cannot make good critical thinking. So those are really important. Frontal lobe makes us a human being, executive control and executive role as a human being. So if you're looking at here, those, do you remember those are here? Those are on top of your brain, parietal lobe. Somatosensory cortex was there, but if this one is kind of before your cortex, the sensory cortex, those are before, those are motor cortex. Yeah, motor means, can you show me your two fingers, index fingers? Can you wiggle? Yeah, hello, yeah, wiggle. And maybe you can kind of wiggle hold your fingers. Yeah, you're doing good. Is there anybody you play piano? Yes, several of you. So you can kind of play piano very well with your fingers. So dexterity, yeah, movement of your finger, it's relating with your motor cortex. So if you're looking at here, face, lips, and jaw, can you smile at me? Yeah, everybody smile at me. You can kind of move all the facial expression. Those are relating with the motor cortex too. But can you wiggle your toe? Maybe I cannot check on that, but can you wiggle your toe a little bit? Yeah, try to do your best. Can you wiggle your fingers? Yeah, you can do much, much better. It's the same thing. If you're looking at the finger and hand, big portion, almost like a 1/4 of the portion relating with your motor cortex, right? But if you're looking at the toe, that's really tiny. So flexibility and those dexterity is way below comparing to your fingers, your toes, right? So if you're looking at those motor cortex exactly on your brain, if something wrong, you cannot move your face and you cannot smile at me, that means probably something wrong with your face. Those motor cortex right here. If you cannot wiggle your toe, probably something wrong right there. It's kind of behind those portion of your motor cortex. Yeah, so I think it looks a little weird, but explained very well. So if you're kind of looking at that, fingers and hands, more dexterity is there. You can move much better than toe and torso. Yeah. Okay, so, and speaking right here, Broca aphasia, those Broca part, it's broken. You cannot speak. You cannot produce any language. Yeah, so those Broca area is in frontal lobe. Wernicke area is in your temporal lobe. It's relating with language comprehension. So language speaking, those are Broca area. Remember Paul Broca? Yeah, at the beginning of this chapter. So here, maybe before I'm kind of thinking, maybe teaching this one, maybe you can kind of, we can check on this paper. Maybe this is the time you can kind of making a pair and try to make a story. So let's double check all the functions of brain activities. So you can kind of give it to me, or maybe take a picture front and back, because back you're gonna create a story. Create your story. Somebody else who is next to you. So you need to make a pair. Yeah. So here, let's check on that cerebellum. Anybody, what's the function of a cerebellum? Do you still remember? Yes, balancing and coordination. Very good, very good. So think about that. You are driving, right? And how you make a good balance. Yeah, cerebellum is working. Yeah, working. Yeah, maybe handle. Yeah, those wheels. Yeah. So here, medulla. What's the function of medulla? Very good. Life-sustaining purpose. Yeah, it's relating with heartbeat and respiration and swallow too. So here, reticular formation. Yeah, what's the function of reticular formation? Please.
Attention, alertness, and
yeah, so when you kind of go somewhere else and you feel really sleepy and drowsy, probably you need to take some caffeine, coffee, Coke. Yeah, so maybe you can kind of relating with that story. How about thalamus? Do you still remember? Maybe try to touch inside of your ear, maybe all the way down, you will touch thalamus. What's the function of thalamus?
Attention and movement.
Okay. And also it's a sensory center. Yeah, sensory center. So when you touch, and then when you hear, when you see, everything is kind of come to those thalamus first, and then sending those signal upper part of your brain. Okay, very good. How about hypothalamus? Hypo means under the thalamus. What's the function of hypothalamus?
Homeostasis.
Okay, so make our body maybe relating with thirst and hunger and sexual desire. So if you're really hungry and maybe thirsty, you need to stop by maybe Come and Go, McDonald's, or maybe like a Chili's and try to get some food. Yeah. So making that as a story, part of your story. Okay. How about amygdala? Amygdala. Anybody? Amygdala, function of amygdala? Yes. Emotion, especially those fearful emotion. So you try to, drive well. Suddenly, maybe crazy driver just kind of, get into your lane. Yeah. And then you kind of shock the moment. You feel like fear. Yeah, amygdala is activating, and then you feel the fear. How about hippocampus? You need to remember at least this one, hippocampus. Whenever you come to campus, what do you do?
Yes.
Okay, learning and long-term memory. Yeah, those are relating with your hippocampus. How about corpus callosum? What's the function of corpus callosum?
Connects the two parts of the brain.
Very good. It's really thick band connecting your left hemisphere and right hemisphere. Okay, good. How about frontal lobe? We just kind of learned. Frontal lobe is relating with
Thinking and planning.
very good thinking and planning. So thinking about that, I'm planning to go Disney World. I've never been there. I'm planning to go Disneyland. I've never been there either. So I've been thinking about that. You need to choose your dream place. Maybe one of the bucket lists is I want to go to Hawaii. So maybe but Hawaii is kind of maybe you need to maybe fly, not using the airplane, not the driving. So try to find maybe place by car if you can go to that place. Okay. So frontal lobe, you make a decision, plan ahead, and where you stop and stay. Those are relating with your frontal lobe, right? How about parietal lobe? Touching, somatosensory cortex. What's the function of parietal lobe? Yeah, touch and perception and sensation. Very good, very good. How about occipital lobe on the back side of your head, brain, back side? Vision, very good. You need to see well, yeah, at nighttime, even if you can see well, it's an occipital lobe is activating. Even you dream, occipital lobe is activating, but you do not jump. Why? Pons is activating. So kind of inhibit your movement. So you do not fly, but you can still see and remember. Okay? How about temporal lobe? Near your ear, temporal lobe. What's the function of a temporal lobe? Hearing, right? Yeah, very good. So you feel like, I got this. Yeah, very familiar now. Yeah. So now can you make a story? So thinking about choosing one place, where would you like to go? I know some of you want to go to Tulsa Zoo. And some of you want to go to Disney World. Some of you want to go to Rocky Mountain, Colorado. And some of you want to go to OKC. Yeah? Some of you go to somewhere else. So talk together who is next to you. Where would you like to go? Yeah. So make a pair. Yeah. Maybe begin to have your own story. So two people. Yeah. Two people. It's perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Two people. Two people. Two people. Two people. Two people. Yes. Two. 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 And two. Two. Three. Is it okay? Three people. Yeah. Three people. So I know you will make a one story. Yeah. One story. But still, you need to fill in here. You need to still fill in here. And then backside, you may have a one story, but the other person say, I worked with Danica Burton. Or I worked with Mallory Knight. If you have only one story, backside. Is it make sense? Yeah. Okay. So choose the spot and try to create a story. Okay. Be creative. Be creative. Okay. There you go. So if you can create one story, that would be okay. Yeah, just one story, kind of putting both of names. Yeah, that would be good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, Ethan. And I try to remember your name. Gabe. So can you say your name?
T-Y-R-I-K. But you can just call me T if you want.
T-Y-R-I-K. Okay, thank you. Thank you for teaching her how to make a name card. Maya.
Fuse on like the story.
So you need to create your own story. Where would you like to go? I mean, driving wise. We choose one. But can you drive by car over there? So maybe if you can kind of find, or maybe you can thinking about we will maybe go there, and maybe go to airport. Maybe you need to think about how to get to the airport. Maybe Tulsa Airport. Yeah. And all the function of brain, try to include as much possible all the information into your story. So at the beginning, you need to plan ahead where you need to go to maybe Tulsa Airport first and then go to the Sweetland. Yeah, Sweetland. Yeah. So you need to plan ahead. Those are relating with the frontal lobe. So maybe parenthesis, frontal lobe, kind of parenthesis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So kind of create a story, and then maybe you can kind of parenthesize what kind of brain is kind of activating. Yeah, yeah. And if you really want to have more specific example, I already put the example under the those assignment, so you can kind of read. Okay, good. You're welcome. So where are you going?
I'm going to Bartlesville.
Okay, Bartlesville. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. So you plan to go to Bartlesville, maybe where and when you guys maybe want to reach there. So those are all relating with your frontal lobe, kind of planning ahead and making a decision. So if you can making a story together and then putting the those are frontal lobe, that would be good.
So we were both making the same story?
Yeah, yeah, making the same story. So try to choose the one spot together and then maybe making the same story. So one person should write down all the whole story, and the other person can say same as Abram Underwood. Write down those names, okay, together. So I will give you the same grade. Okay, good. So where would you like to go?
OKC.
OKC. Okay, so are you doing good? Yeah, kind of working together? Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, Kim and Samuel, where would you like to go?
I know for a while now because I remember that when my family, we used to always go to these little camps during the summer, and we used to travel somewhere every summer.
Okay.
One place that I've been wanting to go to, either by myself or like with family, or like when I get older or even during the holidays, is New York.
Okay, New York. Let's go to New York then. Yes. So maybe planning go to New York and maybe drive. I mean, maybe thinking about New York. Maybe they drive crazy, right? So maybe amygdala and then maybe shocking and fearful emotion you can put into your story. So be creative. Okay. Good. So Liana and Abigail, yeah. Where would you like to go? Indiana, yeah, Indianapolis, yeah, Indiana. So you kind of plan ahead and try to go all things. So, yeah. Okay, it's your. So maybe kind of put your name here together. We work together. I work together with Abigail. The last name, putting the even last name, that would be good. Okay, yeah, awesome. So Carson, Joy, and Dominic, yeah. So where are you going?
Going to DC.
Okay, Washington DC. Okay, yeah. So maybe planning ahead, relating with the frontal lobe, and maybe all things like maybe on the way there, maybe you stop by several, maybe some restaurant, and maybe drink some water, or maybe Coke, and maybe try to put all the like brain function into your story. Does it make sense? So making a story and putting the parentheses, all the function of the brain. If you want to see the example, it's under our assignment, so you can see that example too.
So you want to like include the parts of the brain?
Yeah. You just kind of put the, maybe we plan to go to Washington, D.C., and then parentheses, frontal lobe, and then just kind of keep going. So one person should write down the whole story, and rest of you kind of, I worked with Dominic, I worked with Carson together. So put your three of your name. I'm gonna count that as one person, and then give the same grade. Okay, good.
You got it, right?
Okay, so where are you going?
I'll say Japan. I think we both agree.
Japan? So maybe thinking about, we need to kind of thinking about the by car. So maybe in order to go to Japan, probably you need to go to Tulsa Airport first. So maybe you can thinking about how to get to the Tulsa Airport, right? And then all the happening you can making a story. Can you do that? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm slugging.
Okay. Good. Awesome. Okay, where are you going? Where are you going?
Miami.
Miami, yes, beach, yes, good. So where are you going?
We're going ones are just downtown Tulsa.
Downtown
I already
Tulsa?
wrote it yesterday. 'cause I thought
That's
I was doing
good.
class today, so
Oh, okay.
I'm just rewriting it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So kind of don't forget to put your name together so you can get a, you're a lucky man, I guess.
First day here.
Your first day here? What's your name?
Laveritas Robo.
Oh, okay. So what happened to you? You missed 2 weeks.
I was really, really sick during the beginning of school. I felt a lot better last week, but I wanted to make sure I was fully ready before I went back because I didn't want to make anyone sick.
I see. So if something happened, please email ahead so I will know you're here. I thought maybe you dropped the class because I couldn't see you, but I'm gonna update your status. Okay, good.
I apologize.
Huh?
So I apologize for this.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So this is a syllabus. You can keep this. I already put the blackboard, but you can keep this. And we are making a name card. So Grace, if you don't mind, could you teach him how to make a name card? And this is the RSU TV class. So it will be broadcast through the TV. So sometimes they may kind of show your back or maybe hair. So we need to have some tell us release form. So can you write here? Media title is Introduction to Psychology. This is spring 2025. This class, right? And it's your name. Can you put your name? And here you can say just a student, and your address and phone and email. And then backside, your signature here and today's date, and then just give it to me. Okay? Can you do that? Yeah. And you need maybe this paper, right? Yeah. So this is your assignment. So try to put all the information on the front, and then actually backside we are creating those story. So maybe put right there. I worked with Grace, so maybe I will give a point, the same point. Okay, but make sure you need to fill in the front page. Okay, and you may write down your information and give it to me. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Please help him to adjust. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, anybody you're done? Raise your hand. Okay, couple of a team already. Okay, good. So I know some of you feel like I have no idea, I don't know what to do. There is an example under this assignment in your Blackboard. I already put the assignment in the instruction and example. So if you're not clear, you can read it and maybe you can create your own story, right? And also next week, next Friday, we will have exam 1. Yeah, next Friday, it's an online exam. I already put the study guide, so you can kind of focusing on those study guide content and then study. Okay? Yeah, I will remind you again this Thursday, but just in case, we will be cover chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. We haven't started chapter 3. Okay, so don't worry, but kind of let you know and announce you.
This Friday, but next one?
Yes.
Is it printer?
Okay, so I will give you a couple of more minutes, yeah, and then we will begin to present a little bit, yeah, your story. Yeah, be ready, and it's gonna be great. And maybe the best story, I'm gonna give you a little prize, maybe next time. Okay, good? Do your best. Do your best. Okay, can I take this? Thank you. Okay, we will begin to share your story in 2 minutes. Okay, in 2 minutes. Bless you. Okay, I think time's up, but I know several of you, you need more time, right? So probably I'm gonna ask you, if you're done, you can present your work right now, and then I'm gonna give you time this Thursday at the end of the class. I'm gonna give you a chance to present your work too. Is it okay? Yeah. So anybody, would you like to share your team's story if you're done? Okay, 2 right here. So start from Claire and Haley, right? Yeah. So can you share your story? Yes.
Do we stay right here? Or
Yeah, would you like to come? Yes, yeah.
sorry. All right.
Okay,
is it-
everybody pay attention. I'm gonna give you time next Thursday, okay?
Okay, so we're driving to Dutch Bros to get a coffee before class. First of all, your medulla is thankfully engaged, keeping you breathing, swallowing, etc. I'm using my mini brain to help me use coordinated movements to turn the wheel, push the gas, and so forth. My mini brain is my cerebellum, my cerebellum, however you say that. I'm gonna butcher these. My reticular formation is allowing me to stay alert and pay attention as I drive down the street. As someone pulls out in front of me, it comes in handy. That also uses my occipital lobe. As I pick up the cold brew using parietal lobe, Caitlin and I engaged our hypothalamus by sipping and engaging and enjoying our coffee. We approach a stoplight and someone slams on their brakes, and I engage my amygdala, engaging fear. And then, do you want to finish it?
Sure. It reminds me of a wreck I had in 2016 using my hippocampus. I remember, or Caitlin remembers one she had as well, which is me. We arrived safely at campus and engaged our corpus callosum by having some great conversation with listening, which also includes our temporal lobe. Claire told me about her math class, and I told her about some art I've been working on. It ended up being an amazing and caffeinated day because my frontal lobe planned to get coffee before class.
Okay, good. Awesome. Good job. They try to include as much as possible what we have learned. Yeah, that's what I kind of want for you guys. Okay, good job. Okay, next group, Aliyah and Luke, right?
I walked to my car using my cerebellum.
Where are you going?
OKC.
OKC. Okay, yes, we wanna know.
I took a deep breath using my medulla. I started driving and saw a stop sign that engaged my reticular formation. I stopped the car and felt my feet press the brake using my thumulus. I kept driving and I felt hungry, so I stopped at Quick Trip using my hypothalamus. I decided that I wanted to visit OKC using my frontal lobe. Leaving the Quick Trip, someone pulled out in front of me and I had to slam on the brake. This triggered my amygdala. I remembered that I left my jacket and that engaged my hippocampus. While I was turning the car around, I crossed my left and my right hand, engaging my corpus callosum. On the way home, I listened to the radio and felt my soft steering wheel cover my parental and temporal lobe.
Very good. Awesome, good job. You work together. Good job. Awesome. Thank you so much. Next group, would you like to share your story? Yeah? Anybody? It's okay. Don't be shy. You feel like maybe I can be ready this Thursday? More like? Yeah? I think, Grace, would you like to share?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you come together. It's okay. You need to support each other. Yes. And also, you can introduce maybe your name. Say hi to us. Okay, we welcome you. Okay, this is your first day, right? Yeah. So maybe can you say hi?
Hey, my name's Alfredo Roebuck.
Okay, nice to meet you. We welcome you. Okay.
So, I decided to take a relaxing drive to downtown Tulsa so I could ride one of the electric scooters. I start my car and plan my route, which is the frontal lobe. As I drive through my neighborhood, a squirrel runs out in front of me and I swerve to avoid hitting it, making me feel a spike of anxiety. See, amygdala, is that how you say it? After this, I felt extra alert, the reticular formation. Once on the main road, I rolled down the window, but then realized it was too cold and needed to roll it back up, which is the hypothalamus. I decided to turn up the radio to listen to my favorite country music station, temporal lobe. The song playing was familiar, but I struggled to remember who sang it, which is the hippocampus for memory. As I listened to the music, I enjoyed the scenery during my drive, the parietal and occipital lobe. I was enjoying the drive when suddenly two cars got into a wreck, and then it grabbed my attention and my heart rate and breathing increased, which is the medulla and reticular formation. Afterwards, I felt worried for the people in the wreck and nervous myself, and I tightly gripped the wheel and steadily drove the rest of the way there, which is the cerebellum. And then I finally got to downtown and I found one of the electric scooters and took a nice ride on it.
Okay, good, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I think this is really amazing. But thinking about, we are going to downtown and we are going to Dutch Bros. Anybody you go to New York and Boston and LA, like a folder places. Wherever you choose, that's okay. But you can think about any place. And then while you are driving, the inside of brain, how does it work? Okay, so we will do more this Thursday. Is it good? Yeah, I'm gonna give you time this Thursday. Okay, so let's move to more of the content of this chapter. And maybe you feel like tired, we can kind of working on your story too. Okay, good. So you feel comfortable? Yeah. So thinking about it, whenever you drive, you learn the chapter 2 now. Chapter 2. So all the brain function. Oh, I feel like a severe fear. Amygdala is activating. And I feel really thirsty and hunger. Probably it's maybe my hypothalamus is activating. Yeah, so thinking about that, and you do see an occipital lobe. Yeah, you feel like a touch and sensation. Parietal lobe is activating. So if you can kind of recognize, that would be really cool. Okay, good. Thank you so much. So here. So there are lots of stories relating with your brain. Frontal lobe is really important. And if you watch too much TV as a kid, there are research is done. It's correlated with lower levels of intellectual development, especially like verbal abilities. Probably it's kind of make your frontal lobe thicker and thicker. So if you watch too much, it's really, there are lots of controversial researches too, but I guess brain function is relating with our behavior. So for sure thing. And one thing is brain has a plasticity. So plasticity means thinking about plastic and adaptation. So adapt. So imagine as a maybe 5 years old child, you got some, like a big accident happen. You have some, injury and broken area of your left hemisphere. Do you still remember left hemisphere is relating with your language, comprehension, and language production? Yeah, so something wrong with your left hemisphere. Supposed to be not to speak and not to comprehend. Language part is gone. But, thankfully, we do have, our brain had a plasticity, adaptive kind of those adaptability. So if something happened when you're very young, your right hemisphere take over those jobs. Yeah, even though your left hemisphere is broken and certain language portion is not working well, your right hemisphere taking, having those jobs and then maybe compensate those ability. Yeah, those are brain plasticity. So the younger, the better recover those brain injury. We do have creating a new neurons, even though you are old. But young people and, like a baby and child, they are generating more new neurons comparing to older adults. So thinking about that, brain does have a good plasticity. like a adaptation. Yeah, so that's the function of a brain. And I have a really interesting picture right here. A and B, A and B. So if you're thinking about A, everybody, can you try to do like a same position, just like an A person? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Yeah, more like that kind of position. Yeah, try to put your hands together and then kind of bow a little bit. Yeah, hello, thank you so much. In Korean, thank you means 감사합니다. Maybe in Japanese, arigato gozaimasu. And try to maybe showing some gratefulness. And B is, can you make your B position like a Superman power like this? Yeah, everybody follow me. Yeah. So if you're looking at two position, which one you prefer? You feel like, oh, I really like the A position. Maybe feel more comfortable. I like it better. Or I think B is much better. Yeah, comparing to A, more kind of confident. So talk together who is next to you. Which one you feel better? Yeah. I like that position better. So talk together who is next to you, okay? Okay, we can talk together. Anybody, I prefer A. Like it looks a little humble and I think I like it. A? No one? Okay, how about, I think B. It's more confident. I like the B. Okay, good. I mean, this is kind of interesting. It's more like an individual difference, but researchers kind of find it out. If you're kind of growing up, collectivistic culture, more like a group value is ahead, sometimes like an individual value. They prefer to looking at A position, prefer to A, or feel like a more appropriate, more kind of polite. I like A than B. And if you're kind of growing up individualistic culture, which is like our culture, United States, we are individual culture, you really prefer B because B looks more confident and showing more favorite, kind of your kind of position. Yeah, so at this point, maybe there are lots of research is done about position. Can you make your hands like putting your waist right here? Yeah, and then try to hold your right arm. Yeah, kind of straight, like a right arm. Those are Superman power, Superman power. So whenever you have a big presentation, you feel like a little scared and maybe fearfulness is going on, maybe you need to go to restroom. And then kind of put your hands on the waist and then Superman position. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and give you like a boost to your confidence. That's from research. Yeah, maybe you can try it. Maybe it's working to you or not, but I guess, that's the one of the thing. So feeling like maybe here, more confidence and Superman power before you have a big presentation. Yeah, would you like to try? I'm not sure. But I think, believe it or not, several population, like a participant, it has been working in that way. So you feel like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's a really big presentation. I want to do well. Maybe, if you can do it like in front of people, that would be great. But you feel like shy a little bit. Maybe you go to a place, nobody see you. 2 minutes. And then go back to your class and then present. Yeah, you can try. Would you like to try? At least like a try, maybe later on? Yeah, okay, good. So brain plasticity, the part of the thing is if you live in poverty area, very severe poverty area, your brain, like a hippocampus, is kind of shrunken comparing to typical growing those child and adult. And also the frontal lobe is less developing and also like a little, smaller size. So I think this is interesting where you are kind of growing up, what kind of education you got, the brain, even like a size, not only the function, can be like a decreased the size or maybe a little increased. I know we have really the good descent side of our head, which is like we have a good brain, yeah? So if you study more and more, inside of all the neurons connect each other, yeah? So your intelligence will increase and increase. I know most of you kind of write down and try to remember, all the lectures, and your brain is activating and, having those, better intelligence. So you are in very early age, which is like a good brain development. So you're still developing prefrontal lobe, it's still developing until like 25 years old. I mean, we are developing after 25, those are like 18 through 25. Still, your prefrontal lobe is developing actively. So we are really your good position. Yeah, if you study, your brain will be enhanced and maybe intellectual development will happen to you. Okay, so next one, let's try to memorize. So we've been talking about neuron. One neuron, do you still remember? One neuron, and there's like another neuron. It's not directly connected. There's a little gap. Yeah, synapse and synaptic gap. And those are neurons. Do you remember? Your hands, yeah, receiving part. What do we call? Starting with D. Dendrite, very good. You receive the signal from the another neuron, and those are soma, cell body, kind of make this cell alive, and touching the another person who is next to you, try to sending those signal. Those sending part, what do we call? Axon, very good, axon, sending those signal, and those axon is insulated with myelin sheath. Yeah, myelin sheath. What's the function of a myelin sheath? Protect, insulate, speed up, jumping. Very good. So we talk about those neurons for a while, yeah, at the beginning of this chapter. And then later on, we talk about all the brain. Can you check your brain? Your brain is here. We have a good brain, right? And now we want to say about the whole system, overview of the nervous system. Yeah. So remember, nervous system, we do have two different systems, CNS. What does the CNS stand for? Central Nervous System. And the other side, peripheral nervous system. So remember, central. If I say central, what comes into your mind? Central. Something important, like a centered? Yeah. So central nervous system, remember brain. We've been talking about brain and spinal cord. Those are really essential things as a human being, right? Brain and spinal cord, those are CNS, Central Nervous System. Everybody, can you make a butterfly? Yeah, try to remember, those are peripheral, kind of in a side. Peripheral nervous system, PNS. PNS, peripheral nervous system, transmit all the information to and from the central nervous system. Central nervous system, under that, we have two things. Brain and spinal cord. And peripheral nervous system, rest of them, yeah. And peripheral nervous system, somatic nervous system. We talk about somatic nervous system. Everybody, can you touch your table? Yeah, you sense kind of sharpness and sense. Those are sensory system. And then sending those signal to your brain, afferent. Access to your brain. You touch, and then, oh, this is a sharp. Sending those signals to your brain, access to your brain. And your brain will command, don't touch too hard, it's too sharp. Yeah. And then sending those signals as a motor neuron, afferent, motor neuron, exit to muscle and gland. And then don't touch it, it's too hot. Yeah, giving some command. So we already talked about somatic nervous system. somatic nervous system, which is motor system and sensory system. So far, so good. It's already learned and review of your older knowledge. And I'm going to give you a new one here. Under peripheral nervous system, everybody, can you make your butterfly? Under peripheral nervous system, we have two systems. One is the somatic nervous system. The other one is autonomic nervous system. When I say autonomic, what comes into your mind? It's autonomic. Yeah, so you cannot control, it automatically happen. Your breathing, pupil dilation, and like digestive system, you cannot control. It's kind of happening in your body. So autonomic nervous system, under that we have two systems, sympathetic nervous system, and the other one is parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah, so try to remember on top of that nervous system, it's our human body, nervous system, we have two systems, CNS. What does a CNS stand for? Central nervous system. When I hear central, it's really important. What's under central nervous system? Your brain and spinal cord. And the other side, PNS. What does the PNS stand for? Peripheral nervous system. Yeah. So under the PNS, we have two systems. We already know touching, those, somato. Somato nervous system. And the other one is autonomic nervous system. We cannot control our digestive system and pupil dilation and breathing. Yeah. So under somatic nervous system, sensory system, afferent, and motor system, afferent. Afferent and afferent, right? And under autonomic nervous system, you have two systems, sympathetic nervous system, and the other one is parasympathetic nervous system. So I will explain those. So are you ready? Yeah, are you ready? Yeah. Try to remember. Let's go this way. So on top of that, what do you see? Nervous system. Yeah. On the left side, what do you see? CNS. Try to remember. Yeah. CNS. What does CNS stand for? Central nervous system. Under CNS, what do you have? Brain and spinal cord. Yeah. The other side, you see peripheral nervous system. Under peripheral nervous system, what do you see? We have two. Somatic nervous system, yeah, and the other one is autonomic, autonomic nervous system. And somatic nervous system, you do see two systems, sensory and motor system. And under autonomic nervous system, there are two systems, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So far, so good? Yeah, we will go over. Yeah, starting from the central nervous system. So you will remember. Okay, let's go. So central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, under central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. Yeah, and PNS, peripheral nervous system, there are two different kinds of systems, right? So somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. So here, peripheral nervous system, somatic means, I know many of you are writing, putting your pencil and writing. Those are somatic nervous system. You can control your writing. Some of you write very fast, and some of you write very slow. Those are somatic nervous system. And autonomic nervous system, digesting your last meal and pupil dilation, you do not control. It automatically happen. Yeah, autonomic nervous system. Okay, so here I'm going to explain this. Under the autonomic nervous system, we have two systems, sympathetic division, and the other one is parasympathetic division. So thinking about that, your own experience, have you experienced sympathetic nervous system, sympathetic division? Have you experienced parasympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic division? So here, sympathetic division, imagine in front of you a huge, unleashed dog try to bite you and approach you. How would you feel? Scared and fearful? Anybody? How do you feel? Scared? Would you like to attack and fight with that dog or run away? I'm going to attack it. I'm going to do something. I'm going to run away. I'm going to run away. Yeah, run away, more like run away. Okay, so think about that. Sympathetic nervous system is activating. When you see that, like a huge, unleashed dog, you may look at me like, what happened? I'm gonna die. Yeah, so that moment, your eyes, pupil dilate, widen and bigger and bigger. Yeah, and also your lung, like increase your lung capacity. Yeah, and also heartbeat going up and kung kang, kung kang, kung kang, kung kang. Go up and up and up and up. That, dog may bite me. Yeah? And your stomach and intestine, stop. It's not the time to digest. It's not the time to eat food, right? You just kind of fight or flight. Yeah, fight or maybe run away, right? So skin-wise, activating sweating. You're kind of sweating, because it's so scary moment. Those are sympathetic nervous system activating, sympathetic division. Yeah. And here, parasympathetic division, you're really scared that moment, suddenly somebody call that dog's name. Biscuit, come here. Yeah, so my best friend, she has 2 dogs. Name is Biscuit and Cookies. I think that's the best name. 2 dogs, their name is like Biscuit and Cookie. Anybody, your dog name is like Biscuit or Cookie? If not this room? Yeah, I think maybe if you have another dog, think about it. Biscuit and Cookies. Yeah. So Biscuit, come over. So imagine that moment. So that person, like eyes, pupil dilation is kind of decrease. Yeah. And the lungs decrease breathing rate, and heart rate decrease. I'm live. I'm okay. Everything is done. Yeah. And also stomach and intestine, maybe resume digestion. Maybe I'm a little hungry because I was really scared. Yeah. For my old energy, now relieved. Yeah. Then skin and deactivate those sweating. Maybe not much sweating going on. So talk together who is next to you and give me a good example. Have you noticed, have you experienced any sympathetic nervous system is activating to you recently? Or parasympathetic nervous system is activating? So talk together who is next to you, thinking about all the symptoms. Okay? Yeah, talk together. Okay, maybe let's share together. Anybody have a good story? Either of maybe sympathetic nervousness. Okay, Ayla.
When you're doing homework in the dorms and there's the suicide prevention chairs and you'll get finished doing something and you lean back and it like tips all the way back and you think you're gonna fall and then you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel like kind of widen your pupils and your capacity, lung capacity, like I'm dying. That
Yeah.
kind of moment. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Anybody? Another case? Yes, Claire and Claire first. Okay, Claire. Yes.
We went skydiving together, and so I feel like at first you're really scared, and obviously your pupils are dilated because you want to be really aware. And then when you land on the ground, you're like, okay, I'm alive, I made it,
Yeah,
So I feel
yeah.
like that's a good example.
So you do feel like both, sympathetic nervous system
Yeah,
and
I think so.
parasympathetic. So where did you go? I mean, those,
In SkyTube, they have a
SkyTube.
place you can do it.
Oh, wow. What's the name of the place?
Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of
I
it.
don't remember the name.
But it's
So
the
you
only
both-
one
so
in
you both-
SkyTube.
both
Yeah, we went
together?
together. It's the only one in
We
SkyTube.
did tandem though, where we were on the back with someone.
Yeah, which you usually have to do the first time.
Wow. I mean, I feel really scared and maybe I
I'm doing it.
But sounds really cool, really cool. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Gabe.
No, I was about to say, mainly I run from hornets because they live in my mailbox, so time I open up one, I close
That's
it, and I have to
really
run.
scary.
So.
Yes, that's really scary. So maybe you feel like a sympathetic nervous system is activating, I'm
Yes.
dying, maybe bee sting and all things. And then is it gone or how does it?
Yeah, once I get to a certain point, I know I can relax.
Okay, now you feel like, oh, maybe I need to eat. So
Yes.
hungry right now for all the energies. Yes, good. Anybody other example? Sympathetic versus parasympathetic? I have a good example. So next Friday we will take the exam. It's an online exam. You will be fine. Do you still remember number 1 question? What is psychology? Yes, you got that. You got that. Number 2, who is father of psychology? Wilhelm Wundt. Very good, very good. Who is the father of American psychology? You can look, you can look. William James, yes, very good, very good. So, I mean, I already put the study guide. You can focusing on those basic concepts. You will be fine because it's online, right? But it's on. You can take the exam on Friday because we still have time today, this Thursday, next Tuesday, and next Thursday. So we will cover chapter 1, 2, and 3, and maybe on Thursday, maybe I'm kind of begin to chapter 4 too, even though the exam will be only cover chapter 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you make a decision to study hard because this is like a first exam. So you go to library, and study so hard, and you realize it's almost like a midnight. Yeah. In the parking lot, no one is there. No one is there. Yeah. And you try to open, kind of approaching to your car, suddenly a random person kind of grab your arm. Put your hands up. What would you like to do? I'm gonna do it like this because the person may have certain things, right? Or maybe I'm gonna run away, yeah? Think about that moment. How would you react for that? Talk together who is next to you. It's a pitch dark, like almost like a midnight. You're staying in the library, study so hard. Somebody tried to grab you and saying, put your hands up. What should you do? What would you like to do? Talk together who is next to you, okay? Okay, we can talk together. Anybody, what would be your reaction? If you don't mind. Maybe I'm gonna punch that person. Maybe punch back. Anybody? Try to maybe punch. Everyone, yes.
It's occasionally when getting thrown, you just go for the punch.
Okay. Then think about it and then punch. Anybody different reaction?
Shove them.
Okay.
Use your arm and push
Use
them.
your arm and then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anybody try to run fast? Maybe running is the best. My mom told me, but something happened, you need to run. Just run, no fighting, right? Yeah. So that moment, imagine. Your pupil like, oh, what should I do? I'm dying in front of the library, right? So your pupil will be kind of increased and dilated. And also your lung capacity kind of increased. That moment, right? And your heartbeat is kind of going up and up and up, and you are sweating. Those are sympathetic nervous system is activating. And that moment, maybe you feel like a fight or flight, run away. Yeah, those are sympathetic nervous system is activating. And suddenly behind you, there was your best friend, Peter. Now what would you like to do? Peter was like, thank you. So I'm gonna punch you, maybe this time, maybe would you like to punch? Or maybe, I understand, he's my best friend. So Peter told you, I'm so sorry, I didn't know you shocked so much and you're really scared of me. Let's go to eat. It's a midnight, so there's only one place it's open. Where is it? McDonald's? Is it open like 24 hours? Yeah? I don't know if it is anymore. Maybe IHOP? Yeah. What does the IHOP stand for?
International House of Pancakes.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I didn't know that. So IHOP is open 24 hours. So you go there, you need to order food because Peter told you, I'm so sorry, I'm going to pay for the meal. Yeah, so let's kind of talk and maybe catching up our story, right? So when you go to IHOP, what would you like to order? Talk together who is next to you. Okay, yeah. Anybody, would you like to share your favorite dish from IHOP? Anything? Pancake?
Crepes.
Crepe, yeah. Is it good?
So
yeah.
good.
Omelette, maybe omelette, and orange juices, yeah. All those things. Anybody, maybe different thing? Would you like to order from there?
Waffle.
Waffle, yeah, waffle is good too, yeah. So you order those, waffle and crepe, yeah, and then have fun, talk together. So now this is like more parasympathetic. You relax and you don't need to fight and flight at all. Just like here, more like calm your body and rest and digest. Yeah, those are parasympathetic. Nervous system is activating. So far we've been talking about all the nervous system. You feel like a confident and yeah, I understand all the functions a little bit here and there. So this Thursday, we are going to finish this chapter 2, and then go to chapter 3. Yeah, chapter 3. Chapter 3 is really fun chapter. It's all about sensation and perception. So we are going to smell, and we are going to try to see, and we try to hear and taste. Okay, yeah, it's going to be fun chapter 2. Okay, have a great day. And also, we are going to keep talking about this Thursday, your in-class assignment. So please bring it. Please bring it. Those are your story. Okay? Good. Have a great day. Thank you for coming.